Experience an adventure where fantasy meets reality. Come to the volcanic vents and see things that come from another world.
Volcanic vents have extreme abiotic factors, such as temperature and elevation. The seawater surrounding hydrothermal vents are normally 2 degrees Celsius. However, because of the heat from hydrothermal vents, this increases the temperature of the seawater up to 400 degrees Celsius or higher in some cases. This raises the overall water to extremely hot conditions, which constrains a lot of organisms to live down here. The water in hydrothermal vents are very acidic as well. Overall, the abiotic factors of hydrothermal vents create an unhappy lifestyle for many organisms, and it also creates a harsh and toxic biome. Most biomes have specific abiotic factors like sunlight and terrestrial gases. However, hydrothermal vents lack these traits, therefore they do not have wind or rain. As you can see, there are many volcanic vents around the globe. I guess this will make your choice of destination a lot easier to choose from. That is, if you want to travel to a biome that can reach 700 degrees Fahrenheit. In fact, the Pacific Ocean Basin is one of, if the, hottest hydrothermal vents on Earth. This region, also known as the Black Smokers, are the vents that reach 700 degrees Celsius. The rest of the globe contains vent regions called white smokers. These areas are all over the rest of the world that are called white smokers, and these areas create abiotic conditions such as temperature to be a lot less cooler than the Black Smokers region, which is 700 degrees Fahrenheit.
Go. One of the most symbolic factors of volcanic vents are all of the interesting and weird creatures that thrive down there. It is said that there are more than 400 different species of exotic animals that have managed to survive down there, and more are being discovered every day. These are not normal animals by any means. If you decide to make the trip to a volcanic vent, you will be interacting with animals that are seemingly from another planet. Some examples of these animals are the hydrothermal vent barnacle. It is one of the many types of barnacles that live there. They live in bunches on the seafloor and are up to 6 centimeters in length. The hydrothermal vent octopus is this remarkable species that lives near black smokes, where it preys upon the many small creatures that thrive there. Though they look more like aliens than octopuses, they can actually be found in these volcanic vents. There are hundreds more animals that live in these volcanic vents. These are just a couple of examples of these extraordinary creatures.
Due to the fact that there is no sunlight reflected down on the hydrothermal vents, photosynthesis cannot take place. Instead, a process called chemosynthesis takes place. Their food chain consists of chemosynthetic vent bacteria, which are the base of the food chain. From this bacteria, many other consumers eat the bacteria for survival in this dark vent. Here is an example of a food chain in this biome. The primary producers are microbes or chemosynthetic bacteria. Then the primary consumers are tube worms. Secondary consumers would be spider crab. Then the tertiary consumers would be octopus. This is for a chemosynthesis environment. However, there are many other various energy pyramids that could take place in this biome. This is just one example that best fits the biome and its conditions.
There are no cultures due to the fact that humans cannot survive approximately -2,900 meters underwater. However, you can experience a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity by traveling in a submarine to the ocean floor and experiencing the culture of volcanic vent society by how its mysterious creatures adapt to its harsh conditions. One of the 2 greatest temperature changes in the ocean floor is the transition between the deep sea floor and the hot water that flows at the hydrothermal vents. Around the 1,000-meter mark in the ocean, the water drops to approximately -5 degrees Celsius. However, at the 3,000-meter mark, where volcanic vents exist, the temperature is isothermal or unvarying. Thus, there are no seasonal temperature changes, and no other habitat on Earth has such a constant temperature, which is around a steady 700 degrees Fahrenheit.
If you are one of those very few people who have the guts to visit this extreme biome, you will be one of the few who can say they have been to places similar to those of outer space.
You can be the first human to have traveled out of this world just by staying on Earth.
Did you know that the hydrothermal vents are believed to exist on Jupiter's moon Europa and Saturn's moon too?
So come to these volcanic vents and you can be out of this world.